Okay, so let's kick off the new section of the energy transition with Andrew. Big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello there, good afternoon. I'm glad to be here in Spain because this is actually an ideal location for the technology that I wanted to discuss. Spain is surrounded by an ocean, and that ocean is a usable energy source. We're a clean tech that specializes in low-cost energy recovery from natural movements. Our energy solutions are affordable and sustainable. We can reduce consumption as a world, global consumption, by increasing energy conservation. Energy conservation from ocean waves, wind, and even wasted energy from things like transport and tidal waves. So the problem is the electrification of industry is increasing the energy demands, and investment challenges in renewables are quite an awkward area, to be honest. The main issue is that we're using up all the land. So land occupation is very expensive, and so are offshore installations. We need a cost-effective, low-cost solution. The two solutions that we have at the moment really are only two. There's 10% of all electricity that's generated by solar, and wind turbines, nuclear, fossil fuels all use a rotary AC generator. So that's 90% of all electricity is generated by AC generators. So that means that AC is actually a fantastic method of using to generate electricity. We've already spent billions of pounds on R&D and many years of research, proven research. But linear generators are hardly used. They're massively underused, linear generators. It's a proven technology. They're highly efficient. They convert 85 to 95% of electricity. And you can probably see some of the examples there of these are not actually ours, by the way, but these are examples. Wave energy generators, they use floating devices, oscillating columns with copper coils and magnets that maneuver within them to generate vast amounts of electricity. Linear generators, they do have similar issues to, or similar challenges to rotary, which are friction, which requires lubrication, and corrosion of external components. So our product is a linear pendulum AC generator. It's simple, durable, and it can be used for a variety of energy sources. In particular, we're here to talk about wave energy and using oceanic energy. So we have a number of patents already. Some are filed and passed, and some are still pending, 6 in total. But essentially, the linear generator is a pendulum device. Pendulum is something we've always used for hundreds of years, been a reliable technology. But in this case, they remove friction from the process, which makes it highly efficient as a generator. The components can now be all internal, which basically makes it a low-cost, scalable, reliable solution that's got a long lifespan, low maintenance, and easily repairable. So as I say, they're common components, things like copper coils, neodymium magnets, and durable recycled plastics, so we can remove the actual metal from that. So we've got some unique selling points. We can use untapped energy sources. Human activity is one of them, which often raises some interesting suggestions. Traffic, and the one that I want to talk about, which is sea waves. So we can improve energy security using a decentralized solution. It's less intermittent waves, which reduces the need for battery costs. 40% of people live in coastal areas. That's 40% of everybody in the world live in a coastal area. And we can use the sea as a zero-emission, sustainable energy source. Along with, if we go for efficient deployment of this technology, we can install alongside existing solar and wind farms that are offshore, and we can reuse that infrastructure to bring more value to that infrastructure, in actual fact. Some of our solutions have been calculated to be the most cost-effective energy solutions on the planet, 2 pence per kilowatt hour, which is the lowest cost of renewable energy. And others are 2.4, but nevertheless still the lowest cost of renewable energy. So we have a global market of $1 trillion on the table by 2030. we know that the Earth is 71% ocean, which is a wonder why we actually call it Earth. But it's a constant, this ocean is an active, constant source of free energy. And the International Renewable Energy Agency, they estimate that the oceans could be producing 130,000 terawatts of energy. It's just a constant supply. That's 4 times more energy than we currently use today. So our target sectors for this technology are coastal regions for wave energy, islands, which are certainly underserved at the moment, and shipping installations, and a few others mentioned there. So our projections are for the use in smart cities, IoT devices, and as I've always mentioned, the large-scale sea installations that we believe they're subsurface, so they're not actually under the sea. The lifespans could last for 60 years. But not taking that into account, we're already less by 8% than wind and 15% cost reduction on solar. So that's me for today. My name's Andrew Karim. Here are my details. I've self-funded quite a lot of the technology, so we're at pre-seed stage at the moment, and we are also seeking collaborators for pilot projects. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Sorry, I've no time to talk to you, but I did hear your joke about the Earth being 71% Earth, so we should call it, I guess, ocean or water or something.
The ocean.
Yeah,
With a
okay.
few
I heard it, you know.